Welcome to Let's Talk Tuesday with Red, White, and Bethune.
Each week, we will cover a different tip, helpful hack, or advice on all things RV and tiny living.
Let's take a look at what we're talking about today. Welcome back to Let's Talk Tuesday. This week, we've got some crappy conversation just for you. If you guys remember, we bought a composting toilet several months ago, and we promised you our honest opinions on this thing after we got to use it for a little bit. We'll link that video right up here so that way you can take the time to watch it yourself, because we were so excited in that video. We were pumped to get a composting toilet.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We're going to give you our thoughts and experiences on our Nature's Head composting toilet.
Before we go any further, we have to put a disclaimer out there. If you vomit at the sound of feces or any liquids, gross stuff like that, if it makes you sick, you don't want to watch this video.
Probably click off and go to another video.
Yep, go to another video. We'll link one right here. You can go check out that video that's all nice and rainbows and unicorns. This one is not, however. But if you want to hear the good, the bad, and a whole lot of ugly, keep on watching.
So believe it or not, the Nature's Head composting toilet does have some pros if you're in a certain situation and certain type of living. If you don't want to deal with a black tank, it is a very good option, which I know a lot of folks don't, because you don't want to deal with the smell. You don't want to have to deal with the aggravation of finding a place to dump. So in that respect, yes, it is a very good, viable option to replace a black tank. And another really big one for the composting toilet is you don't have to dump it every couple weeks. You know, if you want to boondock a lot, it's definitely a good option, because you do have that option of not having to go find a dump station or call a honey wagon and have to pay that extra expense. So for boondocking, it is a very good option for off-grid living, for sure.
And that, my friends, is the very short list of what the pros to a composting toilet are. Small, very small. So this list of cons is very long.
It's our personal experience, though.
Yes, it's our personal experience with the Nature's Head composting toilet that we are not sponsored with. Thank goodness, because we can be raw and candid with you guys with it. Kyle has two jobs in the bus, like two chores that are his to do, and they are emptying the crapper and the piss jug, and then driving the bus. Those are like those two solid things that he does. There was one particular time where we were in California, and I know he didn't want to empty the crapper, and so I was going to be a really good wife, okay, y'all? I was going to be an exceptionally good wife and empty out the pooper for him while he went to go run an errand. He had procrastinated on emptying the pooper for about 5 weeks, so it needs to be emptied every 2 weeks, and he procrastinated with it and didn't empty it for 5. I get prepared, I send the kids outside to do this, and I have my garbage bag ready, because you have to dump it into a garbage bag. You have to undo it off the floor and dump it into said garbage bag. When I opened this lid, the sight that I saw haunts me in my nightmares every night to this day. It was muddy, sludgy poop. Piss had gotten into the poop portion of it. So it is an absolute sludgy swamp of poo-poo. And the smell, it was disgusting. So I put the garbage bag over, and when I put the garbage bag over, I didn't realize that it nicked the clip on the side nicked it. So I dumped this out into the garbage bag, and all of a sudden, you know, it's coming out good. I'm like, okay, cool, we're good. It starts sprouting holes everywhere. There is holes in the poopy garbage bag, and now it is seeping onto the floor, all over my feet. I'm not even wearing freaking gloves. I have to throw my shoes out, and it's just covering my bathroom floor, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do next. So I'm like scooping it up with my hands to try and put it into the garbage bag. Yeah, you're welcome. Scooping it up to put it into the garbage bag. And the holes keep sprouting. So then I have to go find another garbage bag and then tie this one off, try and stuff this one into that garbage bag. Needless to say, it was a very crappy day for me, and my bus smelled like poop for like 5 days. And then I had to like clean it up off the floor. So I had to scoop it up with my hands and try and clean it up off the floor. I used every single towel we owned to clean this up. Every roll of paper towel we had, every towel that's located in the bus, I used to clean up the PoopSplosion of 2020.
So, with all that being said, if you're not a disciplined person to own something, you know, where you're going to take it out at a scheduled every 10 to 14 days, I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
Because it's only, you know, it's a box, and once you fill the box up, there's nowhere else for it to go, and it can be disgusting. Really, really disgusting.
Could be.
It is really disgusting. So, on that respect, if you're not a disciplined person that you won't stay on schedule on dumping it, I probably wouldn't buy it.
And don't be a nice wife. If it's your husband's chore, just don't be nice. So this applies more to women than it does men. When you're using a composting toilet, there are steps that you have to take. And normally when you go poop in a regular toilet, women can poop and pee at the same time, right? Again, this is why if you vomit easy, not a good video for you. But women, it all comes out at the same time, okay? So you have a hatch on the composting toilet that you open to take a poo, right? So when you're pooping, you gotta poop in the hole. But if you have to pee while the poop is coming out, you gotta quickly shut the trap door and then release your pee into the front, because there's a front area separator, a urine diverter. So the urine goes to the front and the poop goes down the poopy hole. So if you pee, normally I let my pee out first, it's just easier. So I'll pee, then you gotta poop. Then you gotta close the door and, oh, I gotta pee again. So then you gotta pee in the front. So those are the steps to pooping. And if you have diarrhea, don't even get me started. Like, it's just a disaster. So thank goodness we haven't had diarrhea very often. On top of that, women have cycles every month, y'all. So that's an even bigger issue to deal with, is women's cycles. And you have to, like, cordon that off. My Kegel muscles are great.
One of the biggest things we have found to be a con with the Nature's Head composting toilet...
You mean the other ones weren't big ones?
that really make it difficult for a family like us to have it is training your children to use it properly. Our kids are fairly young, especially Eli. He's only 5. And it's been a chore to make him understand that how he needs to do it. And it usually results in a disgusting toilet after a few days. If you have children and they're younger and they don't listen well, or you don't want to stay on top of them, it's probably not going to be the best option for you, because they don't, to them it's just not important, because they don't have to clean it, they don't have to dump it, so they just do whatever. And it's been a challenge for us to make our children,
them to do that.
Yes, to make our children understand to use it properly.
Because after you go number 2, there's a turner on the side where you have to rotate the poo, okay? The whole composting part. So the kids, for some reason, they just can't wrap their mind around having to, rotate this thing. And so at the end of the night, no matter what, we have to go in there and just rotate it about 5 times to make sure that all the poo is mixed in.
Yeah.
One thing we've learned is that you can't put toilet paper in the poo section. And the main reason is because our kids don't turn it afterwards. What happens is the toilet paper congeals into the urine diverter portion. So there's like an area where the flap comes up. There's a little tiny spot where if you do tend to pee further back, the pee runs down into the urine diverter. Well, the problem with my children and toilet paper is that they just kind of throw it in there without, you know, getting it really down in, so then it clogs up the urine diverter. And then what happens? The urine gets backed up and goes into the poopy section. We thought we were done with like diaper genies and stuff. Oh no, we bought a diaper genie because you can't throw it in the trash can because the dogs will get into it. Yeah, that's a whole nother fun aspect. So you have to put it into the diaper genie and turn it around so that way the poo toilet paper stays in the diaper genie.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
I'm not lying.
This one pretty much fully lies on my shoulders. With a family of 5, you know, living, working, playing, everything in a bus, this is our only toilet. So if you urinate in it like we do, the piss jug, as I call it, fills up daily.
Yeah.
So you have to dump that jug every single day. Because it took us a while to learn that because we had a few overflows.
A few? There was like
overflows.
every single time we went to empty it, it was overflowing.
I just got to the point where I'm going to dump it every single day, whether it needs it or not. And it's been working good. But you still have to do it every single day. You know, if you're at a full hookup site, you know, it's not too bad because you have somewhere to dump it. But if you're not, where do you dump it? You have to get creative. That's just, to me, it's just kind of a waste with a family of our size because who the hell wants to do that every single day? And that's probably my least favorite part of this toilet outside of dumping the crapper.
How do you clean this thing, okay? Because it gets gross because sometimes our kids don't open the flap and then crap ends up on the flap. And then you gotta clean that off. What we have to use is vinegar. That's it. You use vinegar to clean this toilet with poop everywhere. So vinegar's all natural, so you can use that, but you cannot use bleach. You can't use anything really to clean this stupid thing out. So you're left with a nasty, messy toilet that you got to sit there and spray vinegar on. It's the worst.
Yeah, Nature's Head, they sell you don't use anything, you know, any type of, you know, chemical other than vinegar, and water. And you're really not even supposed to get that into the feet poop section. So it's challenging because you're trying to clean this surface and it's very challenging.
Case in point, we changed it a few weeks ago and it was so bad and the toilet paper built up so badly in the freaking pee area that we had to take the top of the stupid toilet off, put it into our shower, and I had to stand there and use our shower head and vinegar, and then I had to take like a chopstick. I got a chopstick from my drawer, and I had to jam it down the pee hole area to loosen up the toilet paper that was in there, so that way we could pee through the hole again with using just vinegar.
It's as fun as it sounds.
Oh, it's even more fun. And the person that gets to clean the toilet the most, guess who that is?
Yeah.
Me.
Our last one we're going to get in today is, okay, we know we have the urine and we can dump it down a sewer drain or, you know, wherever we can find, you know, fit to do it. But you got to get rid of the solids every week or two, okay? So really your only option is a dumpster. So basically we pile them in a garbage bag and we have to throw this crap in a dumpster. And it just doesn't register in my mind that that's okay. But I don't really know, there's really nowhere where else you're going to dump it. I mean, what else can you do with it? I mean,
also, it weighs a ton, okay?
Yes.
It weighs a ton, so we have to use about 7 garbage bags to be able to carry the amount of crap that this family makes to the dumpster, because you don't want it like exploding in the middle of the road. That would be awful.
So I don't like to, you know, have to dispose of it that way. It just doesn't seem right to me, and that's really, I mean, there's nothing else you can do with it. A black tank sounds really good right now because all I got to do is pull a lever and it just goes, you know. And this thing's just not working for us.
Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed and got some valuable information out of this Let's Talk Tuesday.
We're not like bashing Nature's Head. That's not our goal here, or anyone who uses a composting toilet, because it definitely has a place in the RV marine community.
If we didn't have kids
Yes, it would be
and it
fun.
was just us two, it wouldn't be as bad. But when you have offspring and they're messy and nasty and they can't figure out how to use a toilet, it's an issue.
Yeah, I would say that's our biggest problem with it is the young children, because it creates such a sewagey, nasty mess that it makes it very challenging to deal with. So,
and it gives you nightmares.
We're not bashing Nature's Head. We're not, but for us it just doesn't work. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
But we wanted to be real with you guys, and we wanted to be honest about how the Nature's Head is actually working for us, and it's not well.
No.
Because it's a subject that not a lot of people want to talk about. They don't want to divulge their crappy secrets. So we thought we would dive right in with our hands, like I did emptying the toilet, and tell you guys what it's actually really like for us to have a composting toilet.
Yeah, but guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, I understand that totally. Totally.
We're gonna get so many dislikes on this video.
We figured we'd make it. Why the heck not? And thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you on Sunday. Bye-bye.